Hello everyone, and welcome to the first ever Golf with Goodie YouTube video. So, once again, welcome everyone to my first ever YouTube video. This is going to be a bit more vloggy, just going for a walk. Apologies for any wind noise you hear. The wind has picked up this afternoon. I've been inside working all day, so barely seen the sun, so I thought, you know what, I'll get out, I'll go for a walk, bring you guys along with, and talk a bit about why I'm randomly starting to document stuff on YouTube. It's primarily golf stuff, and I guess a little bit about what you guys can expect to see in the future when it comes to golf content and kind of what I've got planned, things like that. So yeah, so first and foremost, my name is Richard. I'm currently living in Kelowna, which is a very quickly growing city in BC, Canada. It's pretty nice in the summer, but it's pretty grey and gloomy in the winter. But yeah, I work here. I'm an audio-visual technician, and basically in my downtime I play golf. All I really do is play golf. I don't know, it's just kind of my thing. It's what I love doing. And there's a lot of golf to be played here in Kelowna. A lot of the courses are a bit out of my price range. There's a couple of nice courses. There's a nice 9-hole course nearby and a nice 18-hole course nearby as well. So I go and play those a fair bit. So I'm going to document a few of those kinds of rounds of golf, and I also do a bit of work like on simulators here. There's indoor golf places. That's the only way you can golf here in the winter is to play indoors. All the courses close from about October. So October through to March. Yeah, the only real way is to go indoors in the simulator. So yeah, I think probably like my next video I'm going to do is probably going to be on my wedges, are probably in the simulator, and I'll be working on just like ball contact, ball striking with my wedges and things like that. If you follow me on Instagram, or if you maybe read the little bio bit for my YouTube channel, I am a mid-handicap golfer. Currently, Golf Canada has my handicap index as a 16.7, which isn't bad. It's pretty good. I've had some low rounds. I think my last round's an 81. I tend to average in the 90s-ish. Low 90s, mid 80s, come from my average on my rounds of golf at the moment. And I have my good days and I have my bad days. I certainly have a lot of days when, drive will be working, or my irons will be working really well, but then my wedges just can't hit a wedge. And that was my last round, so that's why I'm going to go and work on those. It's just thinning wedges all the time. So keep an eye out for that video. If you guys want to follow me on Instagram, go over and search Golf with Goodie. No spaces, no underscores, none of that. You'll find me there, and I'm hopefully going to be posting a few more things there. That's where I'll sort of like update people. I'm like, oh, I've got a new video coming out, and I'm going to go and do this, or go and do that, or whatever. Any stuff on the simulator may or may not happen, I don't know. I need to speak with the people who run the place. I don't have my own studio like some of these other big golf YouTubers have. So I'll probably need to go and speak with the owners and be like, hey, you guys are going to be okay if I do some filming in here and things like that. I think there's probably a couple of, like one bay in particular there that I could use, where it's kind of going to be a bit more out of the way of other people and not going to be able to or not going to be on camera if they don't want to be on camera, kind of thing. So why did I start, or why did I want to start, should I say, documenting YouTube golf content? A couple of primary reasons. Quickly across the street. One of them is recently my sister got married, and I had the pleasure of emceeing at her wedding, which is pretty awesome. And a whole bunch of people are like, you need to like be behind a camera, you need to be doing presenting or something along those lines. So I thought about it, I was like, no, what would I do? I don't really want to go into like mainstream media or anything like that. I'm already an audiovisual technician. That's kind of what I do for a living at the moment. I was like, nah, I don't really want to do media or like reading news reports or doing anything like that. It's not really my kind of thing. And then one of my other friends was like, why don't you start doing YouTube golf? Like, all you do is golf in your spare time, you watch golf, you play golf. It's pretty much all you do. So I was like, I suppose I could do that. That's something I could do. And so she was like, yeah, go ahead and do that. So kind of taking the gamble and sort of jumping in with it. Just drinking some water. If you're watching this video and have not drunk any water today, go drink water. Keep hydrated, people. So, I'm crossing the road here. Try not to get run over. So, yeah, they kind of all got me thinking, like, why don't I just start recording my rounds of golf? Start recording the stuff where I'm like practicing and trying to get better. And I guess like my goal for this year is to get down to about like a 10 handicap or something like that. It's kind of the main goal. Across the street again, trying not to get run over. So yeah, main goal is to try and probably get to a 10 handicap. If I can get down to single digits, that'd be pretty cool. But I know that it's going to take a lot of time, bit of effort on my part, and a lot of that is going to be practicing, going to the simulator, going to the driving range, working on my ball striking, trying to build up a level of consistency. This is kind of rambling. This is kind of how I end up doing things. I get distracted. So the other reason that I kind of enjoy golf and I kind of start documenting it is I have a habit of being a bit of a perfectionist. It has its pros and its cons. In my work doing audio-visual stuff, it's all corporate audio-visual, and kind of perfectionism is kind of a good thing. You kind of want everything to be set up and working the first time that you do it. None of this like, oh, it's not working this time, come back, try and fix it. It's not working again, try and fix it. It's always like, just do it once and do it right. And then it sort of has a bad habit of like, sometimes I end up not doing something right the first time, or I don't get it quite right, so I end up a bit down on myself when I don't get it right. So golf is kind of a good challenge in that way, where it's really difficult to get it right the first time. It's one of those things, it's the long game golf. You've got to work hard. you've got to continually practice if you want to get better. You kind of need to just keep on persevering. So that's kind of where I'm at with golf in that sense. Is it's a way of me learning patience with myself and with my abilities, with my skills, knowing that I'm not going to be able to hit the ball perfectly every single time, and trying to be okay with that. And let's be honest, perfectionism in golf, I mean, I don't think anyone in golf is perfect. I mean, Phil Mickelson, for example, multi-major winner, at the recent PGA Championships, had like 3 shots to get out of a bunker. I had a 7 a couple of weeks ago on a par 3 because I took 3 shots out of a bunker. And so it's kind of nice when you see other people, golf professionals, and they have that same battle sometimes, granted less often than I do, but they still have those problems, those complications. Aaron Rai, again at the PGA Championship, he shanked one and basically nearly took out a marshal, and thankfully it hit the tree. It didn't hit a person, but had it been a couple of more feet to the right, he probably would have taken out a person. So thankfully he didn't, though, which is a good sign. So yeah, golf is kind of like a combination of things. It's a way of getting me outdoors, getting me into the sunshine, because all of my work is pretty much inside hotels or convention centers, things like that. So it's going to allow me to get out and about, get me walking. I try when I can to walk golf courses. Some of the golf courses here are cut only, but you kind of understand that with how steep in the terrain that they're on. You really wouldn't want to walk them. So it gets me outside. It gets me sort of away from thinking about work all the time. Gets me working on, not every shot's going to be perfect. Even if I am having a good day, I'm hitting my driver really well, I'm still going to have a few that I'm disappointed with. A couple that I'm probably going to snap hook left, or I don't know, big banana slice to the right, or something like that. And being okay with that, and kind of being like, yeah, okay, wasn't perfect. Let's just get on with it and hit the next shot. So focusing on one thing at a time and getting that one thing right, instead of just trying to be perfect at everything that I do, every little bit of my life. So yeah, using golf to help with mental health. There's an airplane flying overhead. So yeah, golf for mental health, golf for physical health, and something else to do. Another passion, something to keep me busy, keep me from from dwelling on anything too much. But yeah, so coming up, like I said, I'm planning on trying to do a video either at a driving range or ideally in the simulator, and focusing on hitting wedges. There'll be some other stuff in there, like working on my driver and working on some of my irons, and I'll have to speak to the golf pro who works at the simulator and be like, hey, do you want to do some lessons with me? Obviously I'm still paying for the lessons and things like that, but he can take me through some stuff and we can film it, and things that I need to work on, and it might be things that you guys want to work on as well, and you can kind of see what his advice is for someone like myself who is a 16 handicap trying to get better. What things can I do to improve my game? At the moment for me, I have a feeling to improve my game, I need to improve my wedges, improve those shots from sort of basically probably like 150 yards in. Like recently I played around and I missed the green on every par 3, and I think the longest par 3 that day was playing, I think 160, 170-ish, and it's like, okay, 170, sort of hitting a smooth 7-iron, I'd kind of expect to maybe on the odd occasion miss that. But then like the shortest ones were like 120, which is either like, full 52 or smooth pitching wedge or something like that. And, when you're missing that like way left, off a preferred lie on a tee box, it's not so good. It's not really where I want to be with my golf game. I'd rather be hitting those greens and giving myself those opportunities. Putting is another thing that I'm definitely going to work on. My putting is usually okay. It does come and go. I have some days when I'll play around and I'll only have about 21 putts for an entire round. I think it was one of my low ones recently. Then there's other rounds where I'll at minimum pretty much 2-putt every hole, have 36 putts, or I'll 3-putt. Like I 3-putted every par 3 last weekend, bar 1. I had a par on 1 par 3, and all the others are pretty much 3-putted. So I did one bit right of hitting my wedges and my mid-irons and getting them onto the green, but then all of a sudden I was like, had no way of getting a ball in the cup in a reasonable period of time, so it was kind of shitty. But yeah. So, I don't know, if you're interested in golf and you want to see what I'm doing as a mid-handicap golfer, trying to get better, you want to come with me out onto the golf course and see how I sort of hack my way around, and I guess like how I plan out my round, course management and things like that is another thing I'm working really hard on. If I don't need to hit my driver, why hit my driver? Sometimes it's better to just hit an iron or a hybrid down there. I might also do a what's in the bag video. That's probably something that I'll do as well. I by no means have the latest and greatest equipment, but yeah, we'll save that for a whole nother video, especially one where I talk about like using secondhand clubs. I'm not at a point where I need to go out and get fit for the latest and greatest irons and spending $1,400 on a set of fitted irons. It's there's no sense in that. And same with things like golf balls as well, right? Like you're at that stage where you want a premium golf ball, but you still shank one into the trees and never find it, and it's like, well, there goes $2, $3, $4 for a Pro V or a Chrome Tour, so it's not really ideal. So yeah, I'm gonna finish my walk, just come around by the beach here at Kelowna, beautiful Okanagan Lake. So hope you've enjoyed the video. Hope you've learned a bit about me and why I'm doing this and what to expect. So yeah, we'll see you soon, hopefully with a video of me practicing not thinning wedges, and then ideally I don't go from thinning them to chunking them. I go from tuning them to hitting them perfectly. So, till next time, and yeah, thanks for watching.